Yeah, I'm trapped. It's gonna be weird. Are you gonna put the subtitles at the bottom so you guys can understand me? Hell yeah. I'm trapped from Houston, Texas. My boy flew me down here to get an engine harness ready to go 250 because we're gonna take the record.
Guck mal. Guck. Er will nicht. Er ist schüch. Wählen? Okay.
Ja, komm mal.
Ja? Hallo.
Ja, die dritten Haas. Hast du immer gesagt?
Ja, ihr habt vielleicht gemerkt, letzte Woche gab es kein Video, ne? Hast du gemerkt? Hast du nicht gemerkt?
Ich hab's bemerkt.
Hast du gemerkt, okay.
Ja.
Letzte Woche gab es kein Video, wir sind ein bisschen am Umstrukturieren. Muss euch nicht weiter stören. Wir sind aktuell dran, wie wir es euch gesagt haben. Wir sind super beschäftigt mit unserem GTA. Das heißt, unser GTA muss fertig werden für Late Night. Für alle, die nicht geguckt haben, was wir vorletzte Woche hochgeladen haben. Da ging es darum, wo wir fahren möchten, was der Stand ist mit unserem GTA, was die Ziele sind. Ich stelle ihn euch gleich vor. Er kommt rüber, um uns beim Fertigstellen des GTA zu helfen. Er hat sich versteckt. Ich weiß nicht, warum immer alle so kamerascheu sind. Er sollte nicht kamerascheu sein. Und das Gute an dem heutigen Video ist, ich kann mit euch Deutsch reden, er versteht uns nicht. Das nutzen wir natürlich zu unserem Vorteil. Wir werden das mal probieren mit Untertiteln, natürlich mit ihm auf Englisch. Ne? Ich hoffe, es ist nicht allzu schlimm, schwer für euch, wie auch immer. Und ansonsten geben wir unser Bestes mit Einblendungen, mit Untertiteln. Perfekt. So, also, wir gucken, was er macht. Wollen wir jetzt zuerst vorstellen oder zuerst gucken, was er macht?
Das vorstellen natürlich.
Guck, das ist Trap.
Yeah, I'm trapped. It's gonna be weird. Are you gonna put the subtitles at the bottom so you guys can understand me? Hell yeah. I'm trapped from Houston, Texas. My boy flew me down here to get an engine harness ready to go 250 because we're gonna take the record.
Ja.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You guys use kilometers. 600,000 kilometers. Whatever that is.
Ja, das ist schon unsere Schwierigkeit die ganze Zeit schon. Wir switchen zwischen Mile per Hour und Kilometer Stunden. Also das Ziel ist, er sagt 250 Meilen pro Stunde wären weit über 400. Nein, nicht weit, aber wäre über 400. Und 408 oder so, oder? Ja. Mein Ziel, wir haben gestern noch davon gesprochen, ist 242, 243 und sowas, das ist 400. Also wenn wir auf 250 sprechen, dann ist 400 damit gemeint. So, gut. Okay. Yeah. Let us take a, or no. Can we
give them a breakdown on it?
We should tell them where are you from? Why from Houston? Houston, we got it already. What do you do over there? So
I do motorsports wiring on race cars. I work a lot with the shop Houston, with it for a long time, but now I just do wiring, and that's basically all I do, travel and do wiring everywhere. Now I'm in Switzerland doing wiring, so that's what I do. Next question.
Good. Next one. Yeah, I would say we take a look at your work, and then we're getting into it.
You gotta do the thing like back home we got MTV Cribs, so when I walk you gotta speed it up, like if I'm walking really fast, like.
But they showing houses, right?
Yeah.
What they showing? Houses?
This is my crib. Yeah.
Ah, that's your home. Okay.
This is Sandro's engine harness, and I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking far ahead because I want to upgrade some stuff in the future, but we're doing stuff now. This harness is just his all the sensors and everything the motor needs to run. We're running a couple things outside of this loom because we're not going to need them in the future. when he finally upgrades, he knows what we're talking about. He knows what we're talking about. But yeah, I'm just prepping for it. It's fully concentric twisted harness, OEM spec, so it can work with the Motec piggyback that we use on them because we're using the GR6 and the TCM and all of that. So this harness is pretty much stock spec as far as like everything it needs, but rerouted differently to run properly and how we need it. And a quick connect at the firewall because it's a race car and we're gonna have to work on it eventually. So instead of having to go through all the trouble of taking everything out, we're making it easier for ourselves now and just thinking ahead. So this is, there's a factory one around here to compare it to, but
I have a question before.
talk to me.
I'm pretty late, but I'm gonna ask how you made it into the wiring stuff. I mean, normally average mechanic hate those things.
That's exactly why I made it in there.
So
because everybody hated it, and I just found the patience to be able to work with it and understand it. But I've probably been doing it for about like 15 years. 15 years ago, I was probably terrible at wiring, and I got a little better over the years now. Yeah. Now I can do that.
So but you don't just do GTR things?
No, I do a lot of standalone ECUs on stuff. I do a lot of fuel tech stuff, Motec work, Haltech, all the standard ECUs. This, for the most part, isn't like a typical job that I take on because we are using all OEM components because we need it in the CAN bus system to make this car run right. But it's my boy, I had to help him out. Had to get over here and get it done for him.
Thank you for that.
My boy.
I mean, we had to figure out something. We started to strip this thing. You see,
Yeah, we've stripped everything that we don't need out of it. Like I said, it's a race car, so we took out EGTs. The coil harness doesn't run through there. We have M&W ignition boxes that are going in the car. Like I said, that has all the necessary sensors that we need. Only the necessary sensors, nothing extra, nothing more, nothing less. Just what we need to operate and probably get it as light and as efficient as possible. Like I said, we routed the whole thing on this engine. So it can be easy. Again, it's a race car. We're gonna have to take it apart someday. So the easier we do it, the better. That's the goal with race cars. Everybody builds a race car and they want to complicate it and make it super crazy. And then when it comes time to work on it, you're spending hours doing it. This, we're like thinking ahead, working smarter, not harder.
True. What do you think? I mean, that's the engine harness.
Yeah.
It looks. I mean, it isn't that huge now. Before it was. I mean, before it's a huge thing.
We have a factory one right now.
I got a factory one right now.
You have one?
Yeah. I got a factory one.
Look, so
I mean,
this is the factory.
That's basically all we need out of this, and even extra, because in here we have water temperature. We have
a few extra inputs and outputs in it. For the water to air and stuff like that.
And we don't have it here, so it's basically way more and less.
Yeah, way more and less.
Yeah, it looks clean and perfect. So, but I think that isn't the hardest job what we have to do on the GTR, or you have to do.
No, that's definitely the easier part, and it's the quickest to tackle. That's why I took that part on first. But later on this week, we're gonna start the chassis harness, and again, because it is using the factory TCM that we have to use, we have to redo, like, we have to keep a lot of components and we have to work around them again to make it as clean as possible. Because if anyone that has worked on a GTR, you know that there's a lot of stuff inside that car that you have to keep, center console, just CAN bus systems to make the whole thing work together. Because if one thing is missing, none of it works. So it's a lot more planning than actually doing. You know, I probably sit here for like 6 hours, and I might work for like 3. but the other 3 I'm planning, so it's also work too. It's a remote work from home.
Yeah, true. So what do you think is the hardest part? To stay with the CAN bus or the?
Yeah, the fact that we're keeping the CAN bus system, but like I was saying earlier, this harness, I really made it with the idea of things that we've spoken about that we want to do later on in the future, and we should be able to swap this over when the time comes to swap it over onto something else. But the inside and routing everything and making everything look presentable is probably going to be the hardest part of the actual electrical build of it. But besides that, it's pretty straightforward because, you know, we've worked with these chassis for a long time and we kind of understand them and where everything goes. So the inside, working inside that roll cage is going to definitely be the hardest part.
Okay.
Being stuffed in that roll cage is going to be the worst part.
Okay. Yeah, I think I hope we will figure it out to stay with the transmission, the GR6, and make the rest working. We don't have a lot of stuff. I mean, we have the display for the.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of things, but Sandro's a big GR6 guy.
Yeah.
He loves these things, and I hate them. But we met in the middle. So
I mean, you see here, the background
look.
is perfect.
look, he knew how much I hated him, so he made sure he put the table I was working underneath. He made sure he put as many GR6s as he could under there. But nah, yeah, we got plans to do things in the future, and like I said, I think we're gonna be able to take that half-mile record, which is our goal with this car, with the original GR6 in it, and we should push the platform, but we're trying to put the record so far out of reach that I can make him take the GR6 out.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
That's the goal, and that's my promise. So if we set it that high that we can took it out and didn't have to go for a half-mile run anyway, then we're good to go for something else.
Yes, I gotta work extra hard because I gotta put us like 10 miles ahead of the track. So we should be good.
Sounds like a plan. So when we talk about harness and wiring, we went to an event on the weekend where we saw some other cars and even some tuned cars, whatever they are, with custom harnesses in too. So what's the biggest difference, or what makes your kind of work different than something we normally see? Or
Well, there's a lot of stuff now that since a lot of stuff is generic, a lot of people are using the V8 platform, the V6 platform. A lot of things like a lot of companies like Fuel Tech and stuff, they already offer like pre-made harnesses,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with them. They work, they operate good, but you've seen all my wiring is all like concentric twisted, and it's not like a quick layout. It's thinking further ahead. That's more of a generic harness that again will work and will get the job done, but we're putting a lot of money and time into these things. The last thing we need is a failure or to not be presentable. Because I mean, that's one thing that I notice right away when I see a race car. Maybe because I work with it so much, I look straight into the electrical part of it and try to notice those things. But I've said this before, you can put $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 into a car, and if your wiring harness isn't right, it's not gonna work. It's very important, and you can't undermine that, and you have to really take that into consideration. And that's why the whole planning part of it comes through, because you have to think ahead and navigate your way through an entire car to do it efficiently and effectively to where it will work and everything will be fine.
Okay. Yeah, when I think on those cars we saw on the track, I mean, look, it's all pretty wrapped. Everything has its place. Even the wires after the connector are put together.
Yeah, I mean,
We had-
sucks because no one ever sees.
Yes,
work.
that's the thing. We normally, a harness looks like, yeah. I don't know if I have something
That
like that,
bucket.
but no, they take wires, strap it together for somehow, or
Yeah, tape it together.
tape it together,
run it.
whatever, and
So that's why this
I mean-
harness is concentric twisted. Like I said, in a race car, things move around, and like Everything on this is twisted. There's no stress on any wire. It's not like if I bend it, one wire is gonna pop out or anything. Like it's all the layers are twisted equally, twisted right, so we can have that flexibility. And again, it's a race car, and if it's a real race car, you're gonna work on it. So you're gonna have to take this thing in and out a bunch of times. And the easier I can make it for the guys to be able to get in and out and do things quicker, it's so much better when you do that and take your time.
Okay.
But
Ich verstehe schon seit 15 Minuten kein Wort. Was sagt er?
Du willst jetzt nicht von mir, dass ich das übersetze alles, ne?
Okay.
Nein. Okay. He was like, I didn't understand anything since 15 minutes. So can you tell me what's going on?
So you get to read the little subtitles.
Yeah.
But if I talked, then they were just right here.
Okay, ja. Guter Versuch. Okay. Yeah, cool, nice thing.
Yeah, so the engine, so far it's, what's today, Monday? Tuesday? I don't know what day it is.
Yeah.
I'm like 7 hours away from home, so I don't know what day it is, but it's the beginning of the week. We have the engine harness, which was my goal, is pretty much done. Later on this week, well, tomorrow morning, I'll start on the chassis and get to the trans and button it all up because I want to make sure it's 100% before I go. But I mean, I'm looking for any excuse to stay here. Switzerland's awesome. It's the greatest place I've ever been to, honestly. Not saying that because I'm here, but this is really a great place.
I tell you, I know why. I can definitely tell you why it is what it is. You know why?
What's up?
Look, all those guys. they are a big part of being
absolutely.
nice and
Yeah. Do me a favor and nobody ask about my hat, man.
yeah.
Nobody asked about my hat. These are special order. You can only get them at Street Performance. Don't message me. Don't email me about my hat.
Okay. Yeah. So we're glad we have you here too, and couldn't wait to.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you guys trusted me to bring me all the way from Houston to work on this project, and I'm happy to be a part of it. I want to put that record out of reach.
Perfect.
At least good 5-6 years. Make you guys work out here, and then when you guys beat it, I'm coming back before that. I'll be back before that.
Yeah, in the best case, you'll be at the track with us when we do it.
Yes,
so.
yes, that's the best case scenario. Nitro Olympics is my
Nitro
goal.
Olympics is just quarter mile.
Okay.
So no half mile. It would be a half mile event later this year or whatever. Let's see.
Listen, I'm looking for any excuse to get here, man.
Yeah. We definitely will bring you back, and then we run this thing. So, thank you, bro. Thank you for being
Thank you
here.
for bringing me, brother. This is awesome. Again, Switzerland's definitely the greatest place I've been to, for sure.
Good. So, also Leute, ihr habt's gehört, die Schweiz ist super cool. Ja, ich hoffe, es war nicht so schwer, nicht so wie für Mika hier. Ansonsten machen wir das Video. Wenn genügend Leute unten dran schreiben, macht das bitte noch auf Deutsch, dann machen wir das Video noch auf Deutsch. Aber ansonsten, ja.
Did you
machen wir
hit him with the like, follow, subscribe?
No,
You don't use that?
No.
That's American YouTube. My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
Then you have to do it.
Yeah. I gotta do. I'll
You can
finish
do the
video like
ending.
that.
Okay, you can do
I'll
the
finish
ending.
the ending. I'll do the ending.
Okay, yeah, you can. Also, ich sag schon mal ciao und jetzt, ja.
Yeah, y'all do me a favor and like, comment, subscribe. Comment a lot. Put us in algorithm. Get us up there. I appreciate you guys. I can't wait. I'm gonna move here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move here. Thanks.
Thank you, bro.